Hey YouTube, welcome back to Heiko's Garage. Yeah. Today we're gonna do a quick update to my NAS that I'm using here in my studio as a file storage. I've noticed that on YouTube there is not really a good video on RAID migration for an Asustor NAS. So I have a 4-bay NAS that I currently have only populated with 2 hard drives, and I'm planning on putting a third one in there, and we're going to migrate from a RAID 1 to a RAID 5. And since I didn't see any instruction video, I actually take that back. There is one video which is made by Asustor, but it's not narrated. It's just a kind of a silent movie. So I decided to just make one real quick. It's really not that complicated. So let's turn the camera around and do it real quick, okay? As I mentioned, it's a 4-bay NAS. Let me take the cover off. A little dusty. I just cleaned it the other day. It still looks dusty. So I'm going to shut it down. You can do that either by power button up here, or you can go onto the user interface, which is a web page style user interface. Let's do that real quick. So now we are on the web interface. Just let me log in real quick. All right, so now we just need to shut it down for now. I think it's, nope, that's not here. There you go, power off. That will power it down. It takes a few seconds for, do all the things and turn off all the things. And then we're gonna take a empty tray, a hard drive tray out of the NAS, and then install a hard drive into it. So now it finally shut down all the way. It was probably 3 minutes. I guess it has to finish up some background tasks before it can completely shut down. So let's get this box open. Here's the tray, a little on the dusty side. The NAS has one fan that sucks air through the entire enclosure, and there's a lot of dust getting in there over time. So you got to remember to give it some maintenance once in a while. So here we have a brand new 6 terabyte Seagate Iron Wolf. It's the cheap version, the non-pro version, the non-enterprise version. It's exactly the same one that I have already in there. So this is drive number 3. Quick little explanation. So in my current setup, I'm using 2 6 terabyte hard drives in a RAID 1 configuration, which is mirroring one hard drive to the other, and that gives me a total volume size of 5.45 terabyte. In a RAID 5 configuration with 3 6 terabyte hard drives, it's going to be a little over 10 terabyte available to me, and the rest of the volume is going to be used for parity data. I just realized that I'd never really explained that in the video. So then we have to take those plastic pieces out here on the side, if we can, without breaking. And then we just stick, don't need that, stick that in. It's pretty simple actually. And then we stick those plastic strips back in. I guess you got to make sure that the screw holes in the drive line up with this little rubber grommet, and then the plastic pin here goes right into the screw hole, so like that. And then we're going to do that on the other side. So like that. And that's already it. The connectors here exposed, normal SATA connectors. Now we're already at the point where we can shove it back into the NAS. So now we're back at the login. We're back on the NAS portal, and now we're going into Storage Manager, and then we have my volume 1, RAID 1, good. So currently, let's see if it actually shows all 3 drives. So currently 2 drives are used, and the 3rd drive has just shown up here. So now we go into volume management, RAID, and we want to migrate this volume from current RAID level to a higher one, RAID level 5. Next. Then we select the drive that we just added. Next. And this is what it's going to look like. RAID level 5. Estimated total capacity now 10.69 terabytes. So it will write parity data on all 3 drives in kind of a staggered formation. So you're going to lose some of the capacity just for the parity data that will create the redundancy. So faulty drives tolerant 1, which is the same as in a RAID 1. So if you lose 1 drive in a RAID 1, you still have the other one with a complete picture. But in a RAID 5, now it's beeping. That means it's done booting up, I guess. We were a little fast. In this case, it will use all 3 drives and write parity data on all 3, and you can lose one of them, and it will be able to recover from that. So, and now we just click on Finish. We click on Finish, and RAID migrating 0%. I'm assuming that's going to take a little while. Looks like it. I mean, we're talking about moving data around. Let's hope that we don't have a power outage or any kind of other problems here while that's going on, because then you would be toast. Your RAID system would be toast if you have any kind of interruption of this process. So I'll leave you guys with it and give you some background music. I'm back. Over 4 hours have already passed. We are only 14.5% done with this RAID migration. So if I do the math correctly, over 4 hours, 14%, the total migration time is probably going to be about 36 hours. We're going from 5.45 terabyte volume size to a little over 10 terabyte. Only have 5 minutes to finish this outro. My two troublemakers are sitting there. I sent the dogs into the backyard and they're already rebelling there outside the sliding door. They want to come back inside. So let's get this done. So I'm assuming if you would do a RAID migration from an even larger volume, let's say you have 10 terabytes in a RAID 1 and you go to a RAID 5, or you're going from a RAID 5 to a RAID 6, that this migration will take even longer. I don't know if the rate in which it progresses is linear, or maybe later on it will pick up speed if the major chunks of the data have been moved. I don't know. That's completely guessing here on my end. But it's a long process. Just remember not to interrupt the process. Make sure you don't accidentally unplug your NAS. Just hope and pray that you will not have a power outage, or else you will suffer data loss. That's for sure. My NAS is currently hooked up to a UPS, so like a battery backup, but the battery backup, it doesn't last that long. It's really only enough to save a project and maybe shut down a computer safely before the battery runs out of power. So just hope that it will go through and that you will not suffer any data loss. If you find this video helpful, Asustor RAID migration from RAID 1 to RAID 5, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you like, you can leave me a comment down below of any topic suggestions, maybe future videos that I can do for you guys. If you have any questions, maybe I can address them in a follow-up video. Alrighty guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, I just wanted to do this quick little add-on. It finally finished to migrate from RAID 1 to RAID 5. It's now a day later, so we're looking at about 26.5 hours that it took to convert from a 2.6 terabyte RAID 1 with a capacity of 5.45 terabyte to a 3.6 terabyte drive. Capacity now 10.91 terabyte. Definitely didn't want to film all of this. I just noticed that my NAS finally finished here, so I figured I just give you, an idea how long that stuff takes. So now, as you can see here, it's saying good, RAID 5 good. Let's go. So now volume 3 drives, and they're all part of the same array. That's how it works. You just gotta be patient. Alrighty guys, take care, hang in there, see you next time. Bye.